Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Donna and I'm the creator behind these designs. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you create any of my designs, let me know. And you can always message me and share with me on Instagram at Donna's Creations and More. Please hit that bell for reminders of my next creations that I come up with so you can be notified. I hope everyone's doing well today. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And as I always say, happy crafting. Today I'm doing a sweet treat collaboration with some very talented women, and a big shout out to Kiki, the host of Kiki DIYs, Tammi Co Host, the Rusted Willow, and Tammy Host Happiness Created, and all of the creative women in this collaboration. The link will be below in the description box. Please check out all the different sweet treats, Fakebake designs. Now, let's get on with the video. Okay, here I am taking some plaster Paris. 2 parts of the plaster Paris to 1 part water. I'm stirring and mixing it very well together to save all your containers that you bought at the grocery store instead of trashing them, and use them for your crafts. So you can just toss them in the garbage when you're done. Here I'm adding it into my candy molds. I'm doing little Easter eggs for a future DIY craft project, and then I'm just shaking it to make sure it's level and get out the air bubbles. And then I'm doing a little bunny. And then next I'm going to do these beautiful, cute little lollipop molds. So I'm just filling in the cavities of the molds. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shake it and level them out and get the air bubbles to rise to the top. And then add my lollipop sticks, and in order to have them stay level while it's drying, I put a pile of coins underneath to hold the lollipop sticks leveled. And now I am filling up my muffin pan. I'm only doing 3 for Fakebake cupcakes. I rather do the plaster of Paris so the bottom's heavier so the cupcake don't fall over. And then all I have to do is glue my cupcake liner to these bow bottom cupcakes. So now we are off to making the clay, my famous clay, which is in my videos. I'm mixing together the cornstarch and the baking soda and water, and I'm stirring it till it gets hot enough, and you just keep stirring and stirring. I will link the video below so you can check it out in slower motion and the recipe. And here's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like mashed potatoes. It's actually not as hot as I thought it would be. So here I am. I'm going to start kneading the clay together. It's a little warm, and I'm wrapping it up with a paper towel to keep it from drying out. Then I'm kneading it again, let it's cooled down some, and I'm going to start making my cookies. There's my lollipops. So I'm rolling it out, and I got these great little impression type cookie cutters in the mail, which I'm totally hooked on this year. I'm like loving all these impression cookie cutters they come out with. So one little tip, make sure you dip it in the cornstarch to cut them all out. And I also want to make a point is, you know, just because they're cookie cutters, they don't have to be cookies. You can use these for your DIY crafts. You can use them to make magnets. You can use them for your tier tray. Add little wooden square beads from the dollar store behind to set them up. Or the little, building block type logs at the dollar store. Then the possibilities are endless. So don't just think of this as a cookie, a fake bake cookie. It can be a fake bake decoration too. So I didn't get a chance in this video to decorate these cookies and to do the cupcakes. So there will be a part 2. So stay tuned and subscribe so you can see that. And here's this lovely little cupcake one I got. Oh my god, I'm so much in love with it. I have made so many darn cupcakes out of here. It's like 3 different designs. It's so darn adorable. So one thing you want to do, which I noticed, is definitely coat it really good with the cornstarch. And then that way none of your dough gets stuck inside of it. And here I am still making some cupcakes. And I'm going to use every last bit of that dough to get every cupcake I can. Oh, goodness. So stay tuned for now the DIYs of these sweet treat collaborations. So now I found these molds that I decided that I'm going to make a cupcake cake out of the plaster of Paris. I went and measured it and my measurements were off, so I used 5 parts plaster of Paris to 2.5 cups of water, thinking it would be enough, but guess what? Nope, it wasn't. So here I am mixing it up really good to build my bottom of my cake pan. I really wanted to do a heart until I saw these and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to do a giant cupcake. Where I got these, I think QVC a long time ago, I'm not sure, but I'm sure you still buy them off the internet somewhere. So sorry for that. I didn't even remember I even had it, and I've never even used it until today. So then I'm shaking it out to get all the air bubbles, and here I go again. I am mixing 5 cups more plaster Paris to 2.5 cups of water. Believe it or not, this cake came out to the size almost 7 by 6 inches. I was pretty darn shocked once I went to decorate it and I measured it. This is one big giant cupcake, but it turned out to be a beautiful DIY craft project. So here I am now filling up my mold. Now you gotta start from the bottom and pull it out, because for some reason the water goes to the top, and so you gotta, I just leveled them off best as I could. Now let's get on with the creation number 1. Now let's get on to the decorating. Here I have my cupcakes, bottom and top, they're all dried. I'm going to take some Mod Podge that I have in my stash that I have in a jar, pour some in a cup, and then I'm going to add the burnt umber paint and mix it together and coat the bottom really well all the way around. This is actually pretty heavy. It's not a light object. So then I'm going to go around the very top and make sure that I cover the edges just in case any of the cupcake shows when I put on the top. Then I'm going to take my drizzle that I make and I'm going to drip it all on the edge so I have chocolate drips going down the edges. So I keep doing that, and then I'm blending it in. Then I turn it around just to check things, and Here I am taking the sponge brush, making some texture on it, and touching up any spots. I didn't want like brush strokes, so I'm turning around and doing all the touch-ups on it. And adding more drizzle as I need to in certain areas to have that nice chocolate drip. And then I'm going to start on top. I'm using a Party Parfait by Decor, and I'm going to do the same thing. Mix that with my Mod Podge, and I'm going to give it a nice good coat all the way around. And then I'm going to make sure it's filled in really, really good, and I'm actually going to pour on the Mod Podge on the top instead of constantly keep adding it. I want it thick as possible. I decided not to do the what people are doing today with the caulk. I decided not to use the caulk for topping because it's already got a spiral mark into it. So I'm just going to put this on, and then I have a beaded necklace that I'm going to add to it. So here I'm adding some sprinkles. It's a chunky glitter with a fine glitter, and then a finer glitter, all in clear. And then I'm getting my beaded necklace because I don't have any type of sprinkles, so my glass beaded necklace that I got back in the day from Michael's is going to be my fake sprinkles for my cupcake. So here you see me, I'm taking them all off. I actually ended up adding a bigger size clear that was like mirrored inside, and then another type of pink that was the same way that I had in my collection because I do jewelry too. So I'm taking all the strings apart and adding all my beads together and mixing them. And then here you see I'm adding them to the top of my cake. And then wherever I need some more Mod Podge paint mixture to make it stick, I'm going to add it. And keep sprinkling them on. So I'm just going to keep on filling this in. And then I'm going to make sure when I'm done, I'm going to seal it with a matte seal sprayer. Matte sealer. So it's not shiny. And it's lacy coated and everything will stay on. As you see I'm doing here. And now we are going to finish up our cake. Here's the bottom. I'm going to hot glue it on. And there's the topper, all nice and pretty. I'm going around removing some of the beads that are on the edge because I don't want it on the bottom of the cupcake. Cake. That is really weird saying that. So anyhow, I made a fake strawberry out of some Crayola air dry clay since I was out of my famous clay. So I'm going to take that and I'm mixing red and black to make the red darker. If you would like a video on how I do this, just let me know, and I can always make a video just on fake strawberries. I mean, fake strawberries, fake cherries. Sorry, sometimes you just don't think correctly when you're voicing over. So here I am still painting it to get it to the desire like I want. I'm going to have to do a second coat, but for video purposes, it's going to be wet. And I'm just going to hot glue it on the top. And there it is. Now for creation number 3. I am taking these 3 small mason jars. And I'm going to decorate them like fake candy. Or fake treats. I really don't know what to say. So I'm taking my Mod Podge here and putting it in a cup with some of my pink paint, and then same with the burnt umber brown. I think the pink one's like a strawberry. It's by Decor. I don't know. I said it earlier in my video. I can't remember it. So I'm just mixing them up really well. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint all three of my tops. Now your tops have to have 3 coats, no matter what, just to get the desired coverage that you need. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going around and painting all to the tops of the jars. 2 down, 1 more to go. Anyhow, so once I'm done that, what do? I go back and touch them up, because this really dries quick. See, there I am going back, just touching them up where I see that it's gotten lighter and see-through. I did do extra coats off camera. Now I am going to paint the bottoms in the chocolate. So I'm putting my hand inside the jar, and here we go. Painting the bottoms of them with that faux chocolate. If you're interested in that, it's in underneath my videos. I recommend to have it on hand at all times if you're into fake baking and you do a lot of painting. I don't know, it's easier just to have around. You'll see later on in my video. It's just so much better. You can get the squeeze bottles right at the dollar store, I was told. I haven't seen them. I'm going to look for them next time I go. So, here I am, finishing up. I'm on my last bottle. Woohoo! We're moving along. Sorry, my dog is trying to get my attention in the background. So now I'm taking some of my Mod Podge again, going around touching it up so it can dry. And now it is finally dry. So I'm going to take my little drizzles I was telling you about with the Mod Podge and paint mixture, and I'm going to go around and add some chocolate drips on the bottom to make it look like melted chocolate. And I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to it to give it a little shine, bling bling. You know me, gotta add it. So yes, as you see, I'm having an issue. I thought I was out of paint, so I'm making some more. I'm adding my Mod Podge and a whole bunch of paint in there, mixing it up. Trying it again. Guess what? That wasn't the issue. I have a clog. So I ended up taking one little piece of wire and sticking it through after trying many things. And the wire worked. And we're back in business, as you can see. So now I put some more of that strawberry Mod Podge color on there. And I'm adding my rose sprinkles that are the little seed beads in different colors to make it look like candy or melted sundae, or I don't know, but help. I don't know what to call these. I really need your guys' help. Right now I'm just gonna call them candy jars. I don't know. Scarlet, chill. Sorry guys. So I'm adding my drizzle around the top now. Sorry. Creation number 4. My dog. Oh, I got the skillet that came last year at Valentine's to make a faux cookie. in it. So I'm taking my clay and I'm adding a little bit of burnt umber. And then I'm pressing it in there. It already came darkened, but I wanted it darker to look more like a cookie. So I'm adding my burnt umber paint to it. Then I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm just texturizing it more. Because the cookie is not flat. It's got all, especially a chocolate chip cookie, it's got all kinds of dimples and marks in it. So now I'm taking a little bit of that paint and I'm mixing it in some extra clay. What a mess this was. I will not do this again. Do not copy what I'm doing. You are seeing my mistakes. So I am taking my little faux chocolate chips here and add it on there. And then, as I recommend, do as I did at the end of here. Either step 1 with paint or step 2 with the drizzle. Not trying to add it. Because it just, as you see, it did not get dark enough. It's one thing about videos, you get to see our mistakes. Now I'm going to take, here I am taking that burnt umber paint and I'm painting them chocolate chips as I said to do. Because to make them darker and make them look more real. So, while I have this burnt umber paint out, I'm going to try to splatter a little bit on. Why not? A little bit of color added to it. Then I'm going to dry brush around the edges to make it look more like a cookie, because cookies have a brown edge. So I'm going to continue around my cookie. And then I'm going to take that drizzle, because why? I want that shine from the Mod Podge. Now if you did just the paint, just add Mod Podge on top. But if you make my drizzle, like I said, you'll always have it handy. So I went and made sure they were all covered, and there you go. I'm going around making sure my cookie looks pretty decent. And here's creation number 5. Creation number 5 is my lollipops that I did in the beginning of the video with the plaster of Paris. So I remember this color. It was school bus yellow. So I took my Mod Podge that I have in a jar and I poured some in a cup. And then I tried 1 drop of paint. Well, let me tell you, that 1 drop of paint, not enough to make the desired color. You know, that looks more like a vanilla color. If I was doing vanilla lollipop, I would definitely do the Mod Podge with 1 coat of this. Because, as you see, that looks like a vanilla color. But in my vanilla color, I added an antique white. And I think I did add a little bit of yellow to it. But you see, I wasn't happy with that color, so I added 2 more drops. Because it just was not dark enough. It did not look like a little yellow chick to me. So I'm repainting my chick again, which don't matter because it needs a couple coats anyhow. But the Mod Podge, as you see at the end of the video, it still keeps it nice and glossy and shiny, like a lollipop is. So I'm going around and just painting my lollipop, and then I'm taking some of that school bus yellow, and I'm going to put a little bit of brown down of my drizzle that I made with the Mod Podge, and same with the, I'm going to call it white chocolate, because that's what I call it, but it's like a white. And I'm going to go around on my little birdies, and I'm going to highlight all the little areas that stand out, so they'll stand out. There's little hair on the top, and his little feet, and then his little beak on him, and then his little feather arms. He's so adorable. I really like these lollipops. I'm definitely gonna use, not as in lollipops, I'm gonna use these molds for other things and buy more, because I think it's a fabulous idea. So I'm still continuing, touching them up, deepening the color. If you make a mistake, you can just go over with the regular Mod Podge mixture. Make sure your Mod Podge is pretty leveled out, you don't have big lumps. Then I'm going to take the end of my brush. Nope. Forgot to paint the back. Oh, goodness. So, I'm painting the back, yes. Now I'm going to take the brown and make his little eyes. I'm just using my brush as a dotting tool. I was going to add white to the eyes and decided not to. Because I had one I did before and I did not like the look of it. So there's what the lollipop looks like. Yeah, I have an issue with making sure everything is perfect. I see this. I'm going around and still touching them up. Oh no, you know what? That is the second one. I did not like the way it was. I colored in the mouth and all, and the eyes, and it was terrible, so I'm redoing it. This is the second lollipop, because if you remember, I did two. So I'm just refixing the second one, putting the second coat on. To make them look nice like the first one. Because actually I didn't even do it the same color. Now we're going to move on to the bunny rabbit lollipop. That one I just took my drizzle paint that I have mixed up. And like I said, it's like antique white with Mod Podge and a little bit of yellow. To give it like a white chocolate look. And that's what this is going to be, a white chocolate lollipop. So I paint the front and the back and the sides. Just give it a nice well coat. Fix any spots that might be too much since I just squirted it on. Then I'm going to go with my pink paint, drizzle paint, and do his little nose. And then I'm going to take my drizzle and I'm going to fill in his ears. Then I'm going to take my little brush and just level it out.
Someone was detected at your front driveway.
Sorry about that, you guys. So I'm filling it in with my brush. If it gets on the edge, you can just wipe it off. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just touching it all up. Using the brown to do his eyes. And now I'm going to do his little tail. Adding some more in so to make it a little bit looking fluffier. I should have added some caulk to this. But I can always do that later. If you add caulk, it'll make it thicker. Here I am doing the Easter egg that he's holding. I just didn't like pink and I added some dark pink for the lines. And then to bling it out, I just add a little bit of glitter to give that Easter egg some sparkle. And I'm going to shake them off. Add a little more wherever I missed. And that lollipop is done. And there's the bunny and the little cute chick. So if you like this video, I'm actually touching up the second lollipop that I did. See, I did the eyes. It was terrible. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit like and subscribe. And I want to say I'm sorry, but in this video I did not get to the cookies that was in the beginning. There will be a part 2 on my fake sweets, and I will do the cupcakes too. I just did not have time. And here I'm just recoloring in my little monkey that I did because he was so cute in the candy mold. I thought I'd make a little sign with him for Valentine's to say let's monkey around. So I'm just giving him a second coat real quick where I have all my paint out. And there's my butterfly that I painted with some glitter and put some seed beads on for some sprinkles. Then I'm going to add some white in the middle, which I'm sorry I'm out of frame a little when I zoomed this in, and just add a little bit of glitter to make the middle sparkle. And then I did a rose one too. But the rose one I just used an iridescent clear type glitter. And here's the final reveal. I want to thank so much to Kiki, Tammi, and Tami for letting me be a part of this collaboration and for being so patient with me considering I had a family problem going on. And all the creators that was part of this collaboration. I really appreciate everyone's support. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And thank you all for being so patient since I'm still learning how to do YouTube and video and edit. So please hit that bell for any upcoming videos so you'll be notified, because I will, like I said, I will have a sweet treat part 2 since I didn't finish everything. And plus I will have some other spring and more glam videos coming up shortly. Thank you very much.